Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has said trade fairs should be organized at district and upazila levels, paving the way for youths to become entrepreneurs. He made the remarks while addressing the inaugural ceremony of the month-long Dhaka International Trade Fair 2025 in Purvachal today. The chief advisor said the final fair will be held centrally in Dhaka. Stating that the country's youth are doing many promising businesses, the chief advisor said many young people are doing well in various sectors including agriculture, handicrafts, cottage industries and ICT. The young ladies are running good businesses along with boys, he added. The chief advisor stressed innovating new products and increasing export baskets through the collective efforts of all. Professor Yunus declared furniture as the product of the year and asked the fair authorities to announce the entrepreneur of the year. Commerce Advisor Sheikh Bashiruddin, Acting Commerce Secretary, Abdul Rahim Khan, Vice Chairman of the Export Promotion Bureau, Muhammad Anwar Hussain, among others, spoke at the inaugural ceremony. The Ministry of Commerce and Export Promotion Bureau are jointly organizing the trade fair. Julai Chattur and Chotrish Chattur were created at the fair venue in honor of the sacrifices of students in the anti-discrimination student movement. Like before, the fair will remain open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. until 10 p.m. on weekends throughout the month. The Advisory Council has given final approval to the draft of the Value Added Tax and Supplementary Duty Amendment Ordinance 2025, aimed at increasing tax collection to achieve the revenue target. The approval was given at a meeting of the Advisory Council held at the Chief Advisor's office today. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus presided over the meeting. Members of the Advisory Council and secretaries concerned were present at the meeting. The meeting also gave final approval to the draft of the Excises and Salt Amendment Ordinance 2025. Besides, today's meeting discussed in details the steps taken and action plan to control air pollution across the country, including Dhaka. At this time, it was decided to determine the future action plan based on discussions with the stakeholders concerned to control air pollution caused by brick kilns. The meeting also discussed the implementation of the Annual Performance Agreement APA in the light of the reforms of the interim government. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus inaugurated the distribution of health cards to ensure free treatment in all government hospitals across the country for the injured fighters of the July uprising. The Chief Advisor inaugurated the program at the State Guest House, Jamuna, this evening. The Chief Advisor handed over health cards to 2 students injured in the July uprising. The two fighters are Ifat Hussain, a student of Noshingdi United College, and Ishrat Jahan Imu of Dhaka University's Disaster Management Department. Ifat lost eyesight in police firing in Noshingdi during the movement on July 19 last year. He still can't see with one eye. On the other hand, Ishrat, who was seriously injured in the attack on female students by the banned Chhatra League on Dhaka University area on July 15, is now undergoing treatment at BSMMU. Talking to the two of them, the Chief Advisor inquired about medical care and other issues. Inaugurating the health card, the Chief Advisor said having this health card means that the card holders will get treatment at any government hospital in the country at any time after 1 year or 2 years. This card will always be there. It is the responsibility of the state to ensure medical care for the wounded fighters in July. We will do that. There is no reason to worry about the financial security of the families of the martyrs and the injured in the July uprising. The government will ensure their financial security. Besides, proper initiatives should be taken so that the injured fighters can live happily in July and be established in the society. He also said those who are interested in it can do that work with joy. The way should be made step by step. In addition to curing them physically with the treatment, they also need to pay attention to their mental health. The Health Ministry said health cards would be distributed in specific districts every week to fighters injured in the July uprising. Director of the National Institute of Ophthalmology, Professor Khair Ahmed Chaudhry, apprised the chief advisor of the treatment activities and said 1,074 people have received treatment at the institute so far. The eyes of 39 of them were permanently damaged. About 450 people lost one eye. He said about 650 people have been operated for eye injuries. In the second phase, more than 300 retina surgeries were performed. He said so far physicians from China, France, Nepal and the USA have visited the institute and expressed satisfaction over the treatment process. Dr. Muhammad Abdul Kenan, Director of the National Institute of Orthopedic Hospital and Rehabilitation, informed the chief advisor about the progress of his hospital's treatment, saying 21 patients had their hands or legs amputated so far. Some patients have been selected to take them abroad. Most of the patients undergoing treatment will recover gradually and none of them is at risk of death, he added. Health Advisor Noor Jahan Begum, Special Assistant to the Chief Advisor of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Muhammad Syed Rahman, Information and Broadcasting Advisor, Nahid Islam, Health Secretary, Muhammad Syed Rahman, and Chief Executive of Julai Shaheed Smriti Foundation, Mir Mahbubur Rahman Snigdho, and Secretary Sharjis Alam were present on the occasion. Primary and secondary level students got over 6 crore copies of new textbooks at free of cost across the country today, the first day of the new year. This year, about 41 crore textbooks of primary and secondary school levels will be distributed among the students. Some 441 books at primary and secondary school levels have been revised. After 15 and a half years, all of the books are being printed in the country. Meanwhile, Education Advisor Wahiduddin Mahmood officially unveiled the new textbooks for the new academic year at a program held at the International Mother Language Institute in the capital this morning. The Education Advisor said that a difficult situation was created for printing books through the National Curriculum and Textbook Board NCTB till the end of 2024 as books were printed abroad earlier. Printing books abroad has been stopped for this year, he added. This time, better quality books, cover and advanced printing have been arranged for the students, he added. The advisor said that the work of printing books will be updated in the future based on the recent experience. Expediting the trial process for crimes against humanity of the Awami League government will be the main work in the new year, said Chief Prosecutor of the Tribunal, Muhammad Tajul Islam. He said the issue of Sheikh Hasina's extradition from India is lying with the state. The tribunal will just carry out the trial process. Muhammad Tajul Islam was briefing journalists at the International Crimes Tribunal today. Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tawheed Hussain has said letter to extradite Sheikh Hasina has been sent to India while message of taking forward bilateral relations with New Delhi has been conveyed. In a briefing at Foreign Ministry today, the Foreign Advisor said this in a reply to a question from journalists whether Dhaka-Delhi relations will remain normal if former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is not brought back. Holding trial of July-August killings and announcing the election roadmap are two of the main tasks of interim government in the new year. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Sayyeda Rizwana Hassan told this to newsmen at the Secretariat today. The Julai Shaheed Smriti Foundation has so far given 47 crore and 32 lakh taka among the injured and families of the martyrs of July uprising. As many as 628 martyrs' families and 1,601 injured received financial assistance. This information was revealed at a press conference organized by the Julai Shaheed Smriti Foundation in the capital today. General Secretary of the Foundation, Sharjis Alam, and Chief Executive Officer Mir Mahbubur Rahman Snigdho spoke at the press conference. Sharjis Alam said the Julai Shaheed Smriti Foundation has so far received 109 crore and 20 lakh taka as grants. At the moment, the foundation fund has taka 61 crore. Those who are afraid of facing trial of People's Court or have ill motive, they are spreading confusion regarding holding election. BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman said this while speaking virtually at the 46th founding anniversary program of Jatiyotabadi Chhatra Dal in Dhaka today. On the occasion, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said that the country must be freed from crisis after holding acceptable election by completing list reforms. Among others, BNP Vice Chairman Shamsujjaman Dudu, Dr. Asaduzzaman Ripu, Amanullah Aman, Khairul Kobi Khokun, Nazimuddin and Shahid Uddin Chaudhry Ani spoke on the occasion. Former leaders of the organization also spoke at the program. Chhatra Dal President Rakibul Islam Rakib presided over the anniversary program, which was moderated by General Secretary Nasiruddin. Earlier, BNP Student Affairs Secretary Rafiqul Islam Bokul opened a blood donation program. BNP Standing Committee member Dr. Abdul Moin Khan urged the young generation to lead the new Bangladesh achieved from the mass uprising of the students and people. He made the call this morning after paying homage to Shaheed President Zia Rahman by placing wreaths at his grave in the capital's Zia Uddan, marking the 46th founding anniversary of Jatiyotabadi Chhatra Dal. BNP Chairperson's advisor Amanullah Aman, Vice Chairman Asaduzzaman Ripon, Joint Secretary General Shahid Uddin Chaudhry Ani, Publicity and Publication Secretary Sultan Salahuddin Tuku, Students Affairs Secretary Rakibul Islam Bokul, Chhatra Dal President Rakibul Islam Rakib and General Secretary Nasiruddin Nasir, among others, were present at the time. Dr. Abdul Moin Khan also called upon the interim government to hold a fair election after completing necessary reforms.